Dear students, welcome again to the second English class. In my last class, I taught you the first lesson in your English syllabus, that is a hero, written by R.K. Narayan, and we studied 5 paragraphs of that lesson. So in every class, I am going to give a recap of what we studied in our last class. You watch serials daily on TV. When your episode starts, there is a small segment called recap. Recap refers to showing glimpses of what was in the serial in the previous episode. So likewise, in my class also, I am going to tell you what had happened in our last class, just to brush up our memory. So last class we saw that Swami's father narrated him a newspaper report. A report of a brave village lad who came across a tiger and his flight up the tree and his fight with the tiger and all sorts of things. But Swami disputed this news, saying that it must be a grown-up boy, not a small boy. He was not ready to agree that he was a small boy. So this made his father very angry, and his father disputed arguments made by Swami. This is how the argument between the father and the son continued. And father finally said that, "Are you wiser than the newspaper?" And all such arguments went on between them. And father said that a man may be having the strength of an elephant, but yet be a coward. So, strength does not matter, age does not matter. What matters the most is courage of a person. But Swami did not agree what his father said. He said that though a person is having courage, though a person is having strength, if a real tiger comes in front of him, what will he do? He will definitely run away. Even a strong man cannot fight with a tiger. This was father's and son's argument. So finally, father wanted to test his son's courage. He was knowing that his son was not that courageous, not that bold and brave. So he gave him a challenge. What was that challenge? To sleep alone that night in his office. Then where was Swami sleeping every day? He was sleeping beside his granny every day in a small passage. Any change in this arrangement, if granny wasn't there at night, he would not sleep at all. He would get nightmares. He would think that there will be devils and ghosts at night in the darkness, and he would not sleep at all. So father wanted Swami to overcome this fear. That's why he challenged his son to sleep alone in his office room that night. So Swami thought that this challenge was a frightful proposition. It was a scary suggestion. It was an unpleasant suggestion, because he never used to sleep alone. He needed granny beside him all the days. And then he tried to divert the attention of his father. He started telling stories to his father about different things. Firstly, he said they were going to open a cricket club. They were taking all the elderly people and all that. Then he said, "Daddy, I will sleep from the 1st of next month." This is how he pressurized his father to postpone the challenge or forget the challenge, because he thought that father is not serious, he is just joking. But in reality, his father was very serious. He wanted his son to overcome that fear. Why should one overcome fear? In order to face the life boldly. We all saw the advertisement of Mountain Dew cold drink. What is the tagline of Mountain Dew? "Dar ke aage jeet hai." That means if you overcome fear, you will definitely make success. You will definitely reach your target. So that was the idea of his father. So till 5th paragraph, we come to know that father's challenge became a command to his son. First he said that you should, can you prove you have courage? You should sleep in my office room tonight. But later when Swami started diverting his attention, father came to know about it, and father said that, "No, you must do it now." You must do it now. See, from challenge, the situation was turning into a command. Must means command. Compulsion was put on Swami. So Swami started giving various reasons to escape from this situation. So then, Father said that he did not like the way he was being brought up, and he started, scolding him, and for which his wife also commented that she was not responsible for this situation, and if you want to blame somebody, blame your own mother, she is spoiling him, and all those arguments went on, that we know. Now today we are going to make a journey further into this lesson. I am going to start with the 6th paragraph, 4th page in my book. Please refer. Swami's father sat gloomily gazing at the newspaper on his lap. Swami rose silently and tiptoed to his bed in the passage. Granny was sitting up in her bed, remarked, "Boy, are you already feeling sleepy? Don't you want to hear a story?" Swami made wild gesticulations to silence his granny, but that good lady saw nothing. So Swami threw himself on his bed and pulled the blanket over his face. Now when Swami came to know that his father was not going to give up today, father was reading the newspaper, and he sat gloomily. Gloomily means he was very unhappy that day, and he was gazing at the newspaper. Gaze is to look steadily. Father was reading the newspaper on his lap. And Swami rose silently. Rise present tense, rose past tense. That is to get up. Rose silently and tiptoed to his bed. What is toe? See, this is finger. That is toe. He walked on the tip of his toes. He walked without making any noise. He walked secretly towards his passage where he used to sleep. And he saw Granny there. Granny was sitting up in her bed, and she said, "Boy, are you already feeling sleepy? Why are you so early to bed today? Every day you used to come late. Why are you very early to bed today?" she asked. "Don't you want to hear a story? Why are you sleeping without listening to a story? Every day I tell you a story," she said. Swami made wild gesticulations to silence his granny. Immediately Swami made a wild gesticulation. Gesticulation means a movement of hands, action. He said, he tried to silence his granny. Why? Because the moment granny starts speaking loudly, father will come to know that he is in the room. So he did not want his father to come to the room and drag him out. That is why he made wild actions in order to silence his granny. But that good lady saw nothing. She did not observe what Swami was trying to say. She was unaware of it. So Swami threw himself on his bed. Swami slept on his bed and pulled a blanket. He covered himself entirely with a blanket and over his face. He covered his face also. Granny said, "Don't cover your face." Granny told her grandson not to cover his face like that. It is bad to cover one's face like that. "Are you really very sleepy today? Are you feeling really sleepy today? So early today?" Swami leant over and whispered, Please shut up, Granny. Don't talk to me. And don't let anyone call me even if the house is on fire." Swami opened his blanket and said that, Please shut up, Granny. Don't speak to me now. Don't talk to me like this. Don't let anyone call me. Don't make anyone call me. Even if the house is on fire today, even if somebody sets a fire to our house, don't call me. Don't disturb me. I want to sleep now, without being disturbed. If I don't sleep at once, if I don't sleep now, perhaps I shall die. I am in a do or die situation. If somebody comes here and wakes me up, I will definitely die. So don't wake me up. He turned over and curled and snored under the blanket till he found his blanket pulled away. He turned over and curled up. He curled up and slept and snored. Snore is the sound that is produced in a deep sleep. You know, snored under the blanket till he found his blanket pulled away. The moment he started sleeping and snoring, his blanket was pulled away by somebody. He was not snoring actually, he was pretending. He was acting as if he was sleeping by snoring like that under the blanket. So somebody came into his room, into that passage and pulled the blanket itself. Presently, now, his father came and stood over him. Swami, get up, he said. Father came into the room. Father somehow came to know that Swami is still sleeping beside his granny. He pulled the blanket and he said, Swami, get up. He looked like an apparition in the semi-darkness of the passage, which was lit by a cone of light from the hall. He looked like an apparition. When Swami opened his eyes and looked at his father, he looked like an apparition. His own father looked like a ghost in that semi-darkness. Semi means a half. Semi-darkness of the passage, which was lit by light, lit. There was a small light by a cone of light from the hall. Some amount of light in the hall was falling into the passage. In that semi-darkness, his own father looked like a ghost to him. That means that Swami was really scared on that day. So, Swami stirred and groaned as if in sleep. Swami stirred, moved and groaned. Groan refers to sound made in pain or sound made in sleep. As if in sleep. He pretended as if he is in sleep. He is sleeping. Father said, get up Swami. Father repeated again, get up Swami. Granny pleaded. Granny requested, why do you disturb him? See, affection. Grannies are always affectionate towards their grandchildren. Likewise here also. Granny said, why do you disturb him? The baby is sleeping. Let him sleep. Why have you come here? Why have you put the blanket and get up and all these things? Get up Swami, said father for the third time. And Swami got up. So father was getting angry. This was known to Swami and he got up. Father rolled up his bed. Father quickly rolled up his bed, took it under his arm, held the bed under his arm. Whose bed? Swami's bed. Under his arm and said, come with me. Come with me. Where to go? Where to go? Tell me. Yes, to the office room. Swami looked at Granny, hesitated for a moment. Swami looked at Granny, hesitated. He was not willing to go. He gave a pause. He stopped there, hesitated for a moment and followed his father into the office room. And he followed his father into the office room. On the way, he threw. On the way means on the way to the office room, he threw. Throw, present tense, past tense, threw. It is not threw, it is threw. Threw a look of appeal at his mother. While going, his mother was sitting on the way there. She was doing some work. And while he was being taken to the office, he threw a look of appeal towards his mother. Appeal refers to request. He did not request verbally. He threw a look. His expression was such that he requested his mother and said, mother realized that her son was stressed. He was afraid of darkness and all that. Mother replied, why do you take him to the office room? Why are you taking him to the office room? He can sleep in the hall. He can sleep properly in the hall. I think, she said. I don't think so, father said. Father replied to his wife's comments. He said, I don't think so. And Swami slunk behind him with a bowed head. Swami moved quietly behind his father with a bowed head. Bow is to bend. He bent his head and moved. And Swami was disappointed. Neither his granny nor his mother was able to help him. And father was, very firm in his decision that day. And finally he took him to the office room. Now, Swami and his father reached the office room. What happens next? Swami again started. Let me sleep in the hall, father. Father, please. not in your office room. Even today I am ready to sleep in the hall. Nowhere else. Okay, I will not sleep beside Granny. I will sleep at least in the hall inside. Swami pleaded. Swami requested his father. Your office room is very dirty. Why I want to sleep in hall? Because your room is very dirty and very dusty also. And there may be scorpions behind your law books. There may be scorpions. They will bite me if I stay there. Behind your law books. What does it indicate about Swami's father's profession? He was a lawyer. Law books. There are no scorpions, little fellow. Sleep on the bench if you like. Don't sleep on the floor. If scorpions bite you, sleep on the bench. There is a bench here. You can use that. Can I have a lamp burning in the room? Okay, I am ready to sleep. Can I have a lamp, an oil lamp burning in the room throughout the night? This indicates that Swami was completely afraid of darkness. He did not want to sleep alone, nor he wanted any darkness around him. So he requested for an oil lamp. So he said that, father said that, no, you must learn not to be afraid of darkness. That is the purpose. You must learn not to be afraid of darkness. It is only a question of habit. Once or twice, 1 or 2 days if you sleep, it becomes a habit. You get used to it. You must cultivate good habits from now onwards. Like other friends of yours, you must cultivate good habits. Will you at least leave the door open? No, the third argument. Will you please leave the door open at least? Don't shut the door. I'll further scare. I'll get further scared off. Alright. But promise you won't roll up your bed and go to your granny's side at night. But promise that you will not leave the room and go near your granny and sleep at night. You should not cheat me. If you do it, if you cheat me tonight, if you go out of this room, I will make you the laughing stock of your school. I will come to your school and share the whole incident with your friends, and you will become a laughing stock of your friends' circle. So these are a few paragraphs which I wanted to deal with. I think I have dealt till the paragraph 8, and there are some exercises to be done. Hope you have understood today's paragraphs. After watching my video, please do read the textbooks and also underline the dialogues which come on your way. Dialogues in the sense, those arguments between the characters which are given in double inverted commas. You have to underline, because these are very important for extracts. So who said this, to whom was it said, and all that. So you have to underline it. Your exercises, home exercise, is on page number 10. Enrich your vocabulary, in which task 1. It has to be filled up using homonyms. You have to choose the words given in the bracket. That is task 1, page number 10. And do the task 2 also. There is a paragraph and some, there are some blanks. You have to fill up the blanks. Task 2. And on the very next page, there is task 3. Scramble the letters from to form the words. So letters have been given in the jumbled form. You have to do the meaningful words. So your exercises are 3, task 1, 2 and 3 of your textbook. Now where to write these exercises? You have to write these exercises in your textbook itself. I repeat, in your textbook itself, but with a pencil. Answer them with a pencil. When I complete giving question and answer, then I shall ask you to write all these exercises. So first we have to complete notes of question and answers, which will be given later. Then you have to transfer all these exercises to your notebook. So first, now you are doing all these exercises in your textbook itself. So that's all for today's class. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Good luck.